My name is Nicholas Hubble, and today we'll be doing an activity related to sentence ordering in storytelling. This video is aimed towards students at the intermediate-ish levels and who are roughly early teens age in an English as a second language classroom. So to start, we will want to have students split up into groups of 5, and the easiest way to do that will be to just have them number themselves, counting off in threes, going like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, until there's 3 groups of 5, and then they'll split into their groups and arrange their desks together. Once students have split themselves into their groups and arranged their desks, we will start the activity. And to do that, you'll have to just pass out the bags of example sentences from the story. And each student will pass the bag around their respective groups and pick out a sentence, a piece of paper, and keep going and passing around the bag until each student has at least one piece of paper and there are no sentences left. Once each student has a strip of paper and the bag is empty, the student who has the sentence labeled 1 will read their sentence, and then the student who thinks that their sentence goes next after sentence 1 will read their sentence, and if the rest of the group agrees, that will be sentence 2, and the next student will read their sentence, and again, if everyone agrees, that will be sentence 3, and it keeps going until all of the sentences have been ordered. If there's a disagreement between which sentence goes next, the 2 students will read their sentences and provide the reason why they think that sentence comes next. And then you'll keep going until all of the strips have been ordered, and when finished, you'll want to read all the sentences in order and make sure that the story and the sentences make sense in the order that you've assigned. After each group is finished, you'll want to have a member from each group read the sentences out loud for the class in the order that they've assigned. This will serve as a final check to make sure that everyone understood the activity and ordered their sentences correctly. You can also discuss any issues that came up and how you resolved them at this time as well. Next, we'll look at some of the ways this activity could possibly go, including a smooth version and a bumpier version with some disputes about sentence order. Okay, let's say you are in group 1 and you've gotten your bag of example sentences for group 1. Each student takes a strip of paper and passes it to the next person. Then the person who drew sentence number 1 reads the sentence, and it goes, "The first little pig saw a man stacking straw." And then, in the case that things just go very smoothly, the next person who thinks their sentence follows will read their sentence. Let's say they think it's, "The first little pig asked the man, 'May I have some of that straw to build a house?'" And then, since everything's gone smoothly, we have the 3rd through 8th sentences ordered as well. And then one student will read them in the order and make sure that we can say as a group that yes, this all makes sense in the order that we've assigned. But let's say we got to sentence number 3 and couldn't decide between it wasn't a very strong house, and one day the big bad wolf came and knocked on the first little pig's door and said, little pig, let me come in." So I think "it wasn't a very strong house" works here because we were just talking about the house in the last sentence.
And student 2, who has my voice, says, well, I think it's the sentence starting with "one day the big bad wolf," because we already ended that part of the story that ended with the last sentence. We can say we're moving on to the next part of the story. Both of these are pretty valid reasons, which is why it is important at the end to discuss as a whole class what each group has, so you can sort out these little nuances.
That concludes this activity and this video. Again, my name is Nick Hobble, and thanks for watching.